Hey there, Rachel again. So we're going to be doing a stability ball type Pilates class this morning. And all you're going to need is your mat and a stability ball. The right size stability ball, when you sit on it, should break your hips at 90 degrees, have your thighs parallel to the floor, and your knees should be able to have a 90-degree bend as well. So grab your ball if you've got one available, and we're gonna go ahead and get started. So we'll stand up, we'll go to the edge of our mat. We're gonna do a little roll down here with our ball. So sometimes they wander away, just go ahead and grab it again. So we'll start with our chin tucking down into our chest. You can roll it down, walk those hands out on the ball, push that ball away, and let your chest drop between those arms, and then roll the ball from side to side. You get a nice back stretch here. Stretch out those legs. Good, but we're gonna keep it moving while we're rotating from side to side, keeping your bellies scooped in. Bring it back into center. Press down onto the ball as you round your spine and bring the ball back towards you. We're not coming all the way back up, so we're in a cat stretch here. Now we're gonna roll it back out and get into our cow. And cat. And cow. And cat. So we tuck that tailbone, and then we lengthen it up to the ceiling. You get that stretch through your lower back. And stretch. One more time. Round and stretch. Very good. Pull that ball back into you. We're gonna go ahead and come all the way down to the floor. And lie down on our backs. Bring that ball to your knees and our legs in our tabletop position. So we'll start here. Hands are on the ball, balls on the knees. So make sure that you're at the top end. Don't put it down on your thighs where it rests on your belly. So make sure it is up high. From here, we're going to stretch out our right arm and left leg, and then bring it back into center. Stretch and center. Stretch and center. Reach it out, keeping that low back flat on the ground. Reach and pull. Reach and pull. We have two more here. Starting here, that's one. Make sure you start on the right side. And two, bring it up. Now, option here, stretch out those legs. If your legs are not flexible, then go ahead and stay with those knees being bent, or try to extend with your legs. Want to keep your thighs directly above your hips, but you can put your knees out bent a little bit. I'm gonna go straight up here and repeat that exercise where we stretch out the opposite arm and leg. Give yourself more effort by pressing into the ball. So you push your hand into the ball, which makes you have that equal and opposite reaction of pressing your leg back into the ball. Good. So we'll do 4 and 3 and 2. Those low back are staying down the ground. And 1. Pause here. We're going to roll the ball up to your toes and down. Roll up and down. Little crunch here. Hold that belly in. Don't let it poof up. So look at your navel as you curl up here. Lift and down. Lift and down. 2 more times. Up and down. Last one. Lift and down. We're going to take that ball down to the floor. Put it underneath your legs. So when you place the ball underneath your feet, you want it to be under the bottom half of your calf. So these leggings are actually kind of a nice guide here. So from the bottom half to your heel. We don't want the legs all the way over the ball. That will make it more difficult for your exercise if your feet can't touch the ball comfortably. So make sure that you do put your heels in the very center of the ball. Hands down onto the floor. We're going to lift our bums straight up for bridges. Nice straight leg bridge here. Lift up and down. Up and down. Keep those ribs pulling in. so they're not popping out. Good. 3 more. Up and down. 2. One more time. Hold this up. Hold it up. If you're ready for it, lift a leg off the ball. Lift a leg off the ball. Maybe at this stage of the game, you're just thinking, just thinking to lift it. And you're not actually lifting the leg. You get that brain process in there, eventually you're gonna have that strength. So you can start thinking it from right now, and then eventually you'll get bigger with those legs. So let's do 4. You should be feeling the back of your legs. 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and lower those hips down. Hug those knees in while they're on the ball. Excellent. Bend those knees to 90 degrees. Your heels should still be on the ball. Arms out to the side. We're gonna rock those legs from side to side. Good. Keep your waist drawing in. Chest and shoulders open. Head back on the floor. So I don't have to bring my legs all the way to the floor to get that waist work. I'm trying to keep my knees to that 90 degrees, so make sure you're not pushing that ball away from you. All right, so if you're pushing the ball away, it's gonna look like that. It's gonna add more stress to your back, so we won't be able to keep that back down, 90 degrees. One more time each side. Good work. Alrighty, we're gonna grab that ball with our feet here, so kind of grip it with your heels, and we're going into a bigger bridge. So bring your hands back down beside you and lift those hips up and down and up and down, up and down, lift and lower. So you squeeze your backside here. Try not to let those feet move out. So we're not letting them slide. Keep them tucked in. We have our unstable bridge. Squeeze up. Try to get those toes pointing forward. Up and down. 2 more. Up. Last one. Good. So we should have a nice backside warmed up here. So go ahead and leave one foot on the ball. Bring the other leg up. A little stretch. Switch sides. We're not going to hold any stretches at this point because we're in the middle of the workout now. We want to keep that body warm and moving. Let's do one more time each side. Maybe just a little bit closer. Awesome. All right. Go ahead and put your feet outside of the ball. We're holding onto the ball with our feet a different way here. So we're squeezing that ball. Feel free to readjust. From here, we're going to bend those knees and extend the legs. Bend the knees and extend. At first, it seems like no big deal. But as you get into this and making sure that those knees are directly above those hips, you're going to feel those quads warming up. You should feel those abs pressing down into your spine to keep that back flat. You should feel those inner thighs. So you have a whole lot going on here. And extend. We're going to hold this one up. Good. We're going to do little circles on the ceiling. So circle and circle. We're still going clockwise right now. And change directions. Circle around, counterclockwise. Last one, hold. Take those legs slowly down and away from you, maybe about to 45 degrees, and then back up. 45 degrees, keeping that back down on the ground. That's the important part here. If this is too much, go back to bending the knees and up. So pick your poison here, whether it be those legs straight out or knees bending. Keep that low back down. Still working those inner thighs, abs. Get those quads engaged here. Let's do one more, please. Down and up. Good. Bend those knees. Very nice. Go ahead and put your feet down on the floor and let's turn to one side. Oopsie. Come back. They also make balls with sand in them, so they have an extra 2 to 3 pounds, maybe 5 pounds of sand. So it's called a stay ball, and then it doesn't run away from you. So that's kind of nice. All right, we're going to pull the ball back around, and we're going to have a seat on it. So when you sit on your ball, obviously make sure it's underneath you first. And then I'm going to put mine at the very back of my mat because I want to roll out. So I need to have the mat still underneath me. So I make sure that's far back here. And then walk forward. As you walk, tuck your tailbone under and then lean back. Don't try to lean back without moving your feet out. So we're coming out to the shoulders on the ball. This is our bridge position with our shoulders being lifted by the ball. So it's our shoulder bridge here. We're going to lower those hips and lift those hips and down and up. I like to keep my hands right at the crease of my hips because it reminds me that that's the only place that I am breaking. Otherwise, we keep those abs in, keep our spine in that neutral position, down and up. When you lift up from the base of your cheeks. So if you can reach, my short little arms don't like to reach there, but reach back and grab the base of your cheeks. That's where you're going to be getting the most of your work. So down and up, down and up. Let's do 2 more. And up, 1 more. Good. Walk it back. Low back should be on the ball. For easier work, keep the ball a little bit higher so it's up on your shoulders. But you can see here that my butt is dropping down. So I want you to work on keeping your butt lifted and keep those knees right over those ankles. So this is our nice solid bridge. It's like you're laying on the floor. You can't drop your butt when you're on the floor. So keep it solid here. That's the idea. You keep your body at work. Then your fingertips can come behind the base of the skull, and you start with a little crunch, just a little one. So again, we keep that pelvis lifted, and we make that upper half meet the lower half. So ribs come down. So remember, I'm in the modified position, which makes it a little bit easier. I can move back. All right, so now less of my upper body is supported by the ball. So my lever is longer here. My torso is longer, which makes it harder to do that work. So curl. Can't see you guys when I do that. So ribs to hips. Curl. Try to bring those ribs down to your hips. Squeeze. It's going to be 3 more here. There's 1, 2, and 3. Wonderful. All right, we're going to sit it all the way up. So we curl forward as we walk those feet back. If you want to put your hands on the ball, go ahead and do so. We're going to take this ball forward of us, and then we're going to come down. So we're going to put our hands down onto the ball and walk it forward. I like to have one hand down on the floor, one hand on the ball. I kind of bring myself into this upside down triangle where I can pull the ball underneath my hips. And then my hands can be right underneath my shoulders. And my feet are stretched out so that my toes are touching the floor. So let's start with our legs lifting up one at a time. Just getting some nice booty work in there. There's always a way that you can make this more challenging. You could put mini bands around your feet. You could put ankle weights on your feet. We're going to add the arms in just a moment so that it becomes more involved in our cores. So as you're lifting those legs here, I want you to pay attention to something and not drop your belly down. All right, so keep that belly in nice and strong as you're lifting. So you see the work happening from the hips and down. Let's add in the opposite arm here. So reach out. And I tend to lift the leg first, then reach the arm out, find my balance, and down. If If I go too quick, then I don't have my balance. And down. Keep that navel drawing in, reach out. But always do what works for you, okay? I would never make it as a professional fitness person, even though I am a professional. I swear, I've got all the degrees and all of the certifications. Been doing this for the last 20 years, but I can't make it look pretty on camera. All right. One more time, please. Good. Bring it back just a little bit. Now, I would say this part is tricky without something bracing your feet. So, if your mat, grab your feet and go ahead and put your toes on your mat. My floor does slide, so that doesn't work well for me. I'm gonna see if my mat grabs it. Mat grabs it a little better. But we're gonna go for a cobra. So put my hands behind my back. Lower down and lift that chest. And we don't have to lift super high. Good. Just enough to get that spine into extension. We don't need to go hyper extension. So if you do have a wall that's nearby, you can always brace your feet up against a wall. Let's do one more. Good work. All right, hands come down to the floor. Let's drop those knees down. Hands on the ball and sit back into child's pose. Give yourself a little break right there. Excellent. Let's go into some more difficult stuff here. So we're going to look at plank, and then we're going to go into push-ups. So plank first. We're going to start with those elbows on the ball. Make sure they're shoulder width apart. Shoulders are directly over those elbows. You can start from your knees and hold here for your modified plank. This is definitely work. All right? I'm going to step up to my toes, and we're going to hold from there. So squeeze between those shoulder blades. Squeeze your butt. Make sure your weight is pressing back through those heels. Don't sink into your ball. So make sure you are lifted up off of your ball. Keeping those necks nice and relaxed. Keeping your belly scooped in. I don't care what you do with your hands. If you want to fold them there, if you want to put them down on your ball, you may do whatever floats your boat. So we're going to hold here, whether you be on your toes or on your knees, we're going to keep holding. Get some music today. Royalty free. They pay for it, so I'm excited about that. Let's give this 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly drop those knees down to the ground. Very good. Ball's moving back towards you, so get back into that upside down triangle. That's not an upside down triangle, it is a triangle. And we're going to, I'm going to move the ball way back to the edge of my mat so I know that I have some space here. Walk forward. As soon as you start walking forward, pull up with those abdominals. Now, I ran out of mat space, and I'll run out of camera zone if I continue walking forward. So I'm just going to take my knees and walk my ball backwards. Here's our plank. So you can stay here. You can move your ball forward. I would not suggest coming any further forward than your knees, okay, because that'll make it a little bit more challenging for your push-ups. But we'll start our push-ups here, and then we can walk them back. So hands are wide. As you lower your elbows, you bend your elbows here, your feet should come up. You want to feel like a teeter-totter. Good. So that's your push-up there. I'm going to move my feet back a wee bit, my ball backwards. So now it's underneath my shins. And do my push-up from here. I'm going to do it one more time, moving that ball further back so it's up on my toes. And get 3 push-ups in there. Good. Then I to bring my ball forward, or I can put my foot down and them up. Awesome job. Push-ups are always kind of fun, just to see what your challenge is and what you can do for that day. So let's stand it up for a little bit here. Alrighty, so lunges require balance. We're gonna get lots of work through those glutes here. So turn and face the edge of your mat. Go ahead and place one foot on the ball. As we do this, your knee, I'm laughing at the music. It sounds like Christmas music. All right, so your bent knee here, do not bring it forward of your standing leg. Make sure it's just slightly either in line or slightly behind. And I've got the camera there to show me what I've got going on with that knee. So standing leg is doing all the work. You may need something here to balance with, whether it be a wall or a chair or a small child, whatever you need to use to balance with. Okay? So my standing leg is my working leg. I'm going to bend my standing leg and stretch out, my ball leg. This is a lot harder when you do it super slow. And then reverse that. One leg bends, one leg extends. Then they reverse. All right, let's try it again. Back and up. Stretch that out and up. And I'll tell you what, some days I'm better than others. And then there's today. We'll end up on YouTube, so that's great. So don't write any mean comments like you suck. And yes, maybe today I suck. But tomorrow I'm gonna rock your world. Up. Back and up. Let's do two more. By the way, if this is your first class with me, you may have realized already that I don't count. I do suck at counting. You can write that. But it's not gonna hurt my feelings. I know it. I embrace it. And gosh darn it, people love me regardless of my counting skills. So there you go. Alrighty, so switching legs. Again, standing legs nice and straight, bent leg. You can start with it in line with your standing leg or slightly behind. And let's go with our lunge here. It is Pilates, so I am doing this barefoot. If I were doing this in a strength class, I might be wearing shoes, but to be quite honest, probably not. I do like being barefoot. And then I might hold on to weights. So that'd make it super fun and more challenging. But if you can't do this without any weights, whoa, like today, then why would I add weights? I can't even maintain myself being upright without any extra challenge. So listen to your body. It does you no good to be struggling with this exercise and then trying to add another component to it. Let's do one more, please. Excellent work. Alrighty. So that's gonna be the standing portion. We're done. There's so much more that we could do, but for time's sake, we're gonna go back down to the floor. Fun exercises for the abs, because everybody always really likes the abs. Just remember, there's more to your body than just abs. Okay, so if you want better abs, eat better. All right? Or what you're doing with your belly. So when I say pull your navel to your spine, make sure you're getting that. Make sure you feel your hip bones drawing in towards the center of your body. Make sure you can keep your back pressed down to the ground while your legs are up. Alrighty? So here, we're gonna drop the ball and open those legs. And then we're gonna throw the ball back up and catch it. I wasn't sure I was gonna catch it there, so I had my hands ready. So it's a good idea. I mean, it's not a heavy ball, but yeah. Boom. So you'll get into the rhythm here of how much oomph you need with the ball. You're tossing that up. All right, but we get those inner thighs to work, abdominals to work. Can you imagine trying this with a weighted medicine ball? Yikes. Good hold. All right, so we're holding this. Now we're going to stretch our legs out, reach our arms out, and then bring that ball up, grab it with our hands, put our feet together, stretch out. Passing the ball between the arms and the legs. Passing it between those arms and the legs. Here's a really important spot to keep those backs down. So if you can only lower part way, keeping your back down, stop there. Please do not lower your feet all the way to the ground with your back popping up. I have to go slow, but I can do it. Keep my back down, 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 down. So now this is an interesting song. I should be waltzing. It's just background noise, right? Good. One more time. Awesome sauce. All right, we're gonna put that ball back down on the floor. So we've already done 2 sets of bridges down on the ground. We did the straight leg bridge, the bend knee bridge, and then of course we did the shoulder bridge from laying on the ball. Here, we're gonna add our hamstring curls. So we do our straight leg bridge. Now we pull those heels in. What I'd like for you to work on here is getting those tailbones up. All right, so we're not lifting up with our rib cages. Keep those in, and then slide those legs away, keeping your bum lifted. I know a lot of you are gonna be tempted to do this. And guess what? That's okay. It's okay. So do that. And then as you get stronger, you'll do this and that. And then maybe slide those legs out with your bum lifted. And then as you get even stronger, you'll use your glutes to help lift those hips up as you pull your feet in. And then we'll keep those hips up. So all sorts of different phases that we might be in. Please feel free to readjust your ball. Like for me, I need to readjust because sometimes it slides away from you. So you'll have to pull it back in. Otherwise, you won't be able to reach it anymore. Let's do 3 more here. Curl and out. 2 and out. 1 more. Yeehaw. Good. Lower your buns down to the floor. Drop those feet down to the ground. Hang on to that ball so it doesn't go anywhere. Arms up to the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale. Roll it up. Reach out, reach out, reach out, reach out, reach out. Good. Place your hands onto the ball and kick those feet out a little bit wider here so you get a nice stretch. And guys, reach and up and reach and up. Reach and up. Good. Alrighty. So we're gonna take that ball from side to side. Reach it out. Walk it over. Good work. Go ahead and place that ball behind you. You're gonna need to stand, well, sit up. We're going to do a back bend over the ball. So this is our final stretch here. If you find that you're dizzy, don't do this one. Okay? So I can put my back right onto the ball there. So you can start off with a nice easy stretch. Just dropping your head back. If you need help, I would definitely recommend placing your hands behind your head so you can lift yourself up. But we do want to get this big extension here through the spine. Stretch that out. If you feel okay with this, then I'm going to have you stretch out those legs and take those arms down to the floor. So this may feel okay for you. This may not. You need to find what's comfortable for you. Challenging, but not overwhelming. To come out of this, you're going to bend your knees. Let the ball cradle you as you come up. Then you can just tilt your head up and walk yourself back onto the ball. And you've completed your ball, stability ball Pilates for the day. Have an awesome day, and we will see you next time.